Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my book review of the book Salvage System by Kevin Steverson. This is the third book in the Salvage Title Trilogy. I read the first book last year, Salvage Title, really enjoyed, gave it like a 7.5 out of 10. And I read Salvage Fleet of last month and also really enjoyed this one. I think I gave it like an 8 out of 10. That was pretty good. So I'm really enjoying this series, and so I was excited to go into this one. The Salvage Title Trilogy is not heavy at all. It's very light, fun reading. It moves by at an incredibly fast pace, and it almost at times reads like Cliff Notes. Ironically, this book of the trilogy feels the least Cliff Notesy. That's really weird to say, but yeah, I was surprised. This one is the one that feels like it has the most natural pacing. It has more traditional novel stuff, and maybe that's because Kevin's getting his feet under him as a writer. I don't know exactly why, but that was kind of interesting with this book. I actually enjoyed it the least of the trilogy. I still think it's an entertaining read. It's just, I think I liked the stories in the first two books better. Let's talk about what worked in the book. I really like the AI stuff. There is a human and an AI got together and created a new AI, which sounds like a euphemism for certain types of relations. No, like they created a new AI, and that new AI is called Barut, or I think it's pronounced Barut. Anyway, Barut is delightful because they treat Barut like a child, even though it's a machine, an AI. And so they treat it like a child, and it's so funny. And it's so fun getting to see them be like, no, not till you're older. And then being like the child like doing this crazy thing, and then they're being like, hey, how do you know to do that? And it's like, hello, I'm a machine. It's really funny. It's really, I don't know if it was meant to be funny, but I thought it was funny. So I really enjoyed that part of it. The first book is all about getting the ship the Salvage Title and protecting their home planet. The second book, Salvage Fleet, is about them having now a full fleet and trying to protect their home planet. And what do you know? Now Salvage System is about them protecting their home system and the fleet. They've kind of moved over to this uninhabited system. They're starting to colonize it, so they're taking over the system, which I love this concept of them going bigger and bigger, and they're expanding and conquering new worlds and things like that. I love all that part of the series. And so at the beginning of this book, there's a lot of like administrative talk about, all right, well, we need to get these resources to this planet, and this planet needs the help, and this planet needs the people, and this planet needs this and that. And I really liked that at the beginning of the book, and I wish that it kind of continued on a little bit more in the book because that stuff was just really fascinating to me. There is an action sequence in the middle of this book where, like in literally every book in the trilogy, bad guys don't like Harmon Tomarol, who's in charge of the Salvage Title group, and they don't like him, so they launch an attack against him. And guess what? How does Harmon Tomarol survive? He wins by having unexpected allies that the enemy doesn't know that he has, because he always makes friends with everyone. And so his unexpected allies are able to come in, save the day, and so what should be impossible odds end up being them winning. That has happened in literally all 3 books. And I liked it in the first 2 books, but this time I was like, really? We're doing this again? And it was weird because it was in the middle of this book. Traditionally, that's the third act thing at the end of the book, but this was in the middle. And I was just like, that's so weird to do it in the middle. And then there's a third act part in this book where it goes in a bit different direction. So I didn't like the second act. The first act I really liked what they were setting up, stuff with Barut, stuff with the new system. Second act was that whole action sequence, and I was like, I don't care about that. Move to something else. But then you have the third act, where they basically decide to go root out slavers, and they decide to go root out bad guys. And so this time they're going on the offensive instead of being on the defensive. And I really liked that sequence because it kind of changed up the formula while still having an action-packed sequence at the end. There's also just a few really cool things about, the ship, after a certain battle, the enemy ships are taken in, and the leadership of the ships have to go be court-martialed, but the rest of the crew, they're just, average guys. What happens to them? And so they have to figure out what to do with these average Joes, and they end up kind of joining the Salvage Title crew and stuff. And I thought that was really cool, really well done. So there was, as I said, there was some stuff I really enjoyed in this book. Not as much as I enjoyed books 1 and 2, but it's enjoyable. It's a fun trilogy, and I'm glad that I read the whole trilogy. I have an interview scheduled with Kevin Steverson. In fact, it might already be out as this releases. As I record this, it hasn't happened yet, but I think the interview will come out before this. So just in case, look up Kevin Steverson interview Jonathan Cohen. You'll probably find it. But I plan to interview him about this trilogy, about the Salvage Title universe as a whole, and I'm really excited to talk with him about this. And I have more Salvage Title universe books somewhere on my shelves, and so I'll plan to read those eventually. But if you've read Salvage System, let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section down below. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.